Yo, what's up? This is FPLOON and welcome to, wait, this is part 3, but this is technically part 1 of day 2 of my experience at EQLA. Let's just call it part 3 and, yeah, let's just do that. So anyway, the morning comes up, I didn't even sleep at all during that time. I mean, it seemed like as if I fell asleep, but basically I just passed out for about an hour or two, and that was it. Didn't really get that much sleep at all. But then again, I rarely get any sleep whenever I do go to a convention at all. Oh, and that's just how I do. Especially anime content ones, especially when they had like a 24-hour real thing. It was, oh, amazing. Going back to anime content. Ooh, must be really important. Anyway, so of course we get up, we pack our things out of the hotel. So I think the most funny thing that happened once we left was the fact that my friend left some change and I made a joke saying, "Hey, you're tipping the maid," and he's like, "No." So are you gonna be getting your cents back? He's like, "No." Like, okay, you're tipping the maid then. so we go, we'll put our stuff back in the car, and before we go back to the convention, we actually go to IHOP to have some breakfast. Because one of the things that happened prior to day one was my friend, he bought us pre-screening tickets to the BronyCon documentary, which if you already know the news, the name was changed to Bronies the documentary. Alright, there should be no spoil to that, and I should not pretend that I'm going to lead up to a spoil like that. You should already know. No. And the other thing was, he was actually willing to pay for my breakfast. Mostly because of the fact that I didn't really have that much money with me at the time. The majority of the money is actually in savings. Ooh, did I say that out loud? Anyways, go to IHOP, have our breakfast there. Basically, I have my breakfast / lunch there because of course I had French fries with my breakfast. So anyway, after we have our breakfast, we head over to the, we actually head over to the line or to get autographs, or at least to get the vouchers in, because later on we'll be going to get our autographs, and of course we're like waiting in line with other people there. And of course we get there pretty early, so we're like the next group to go. We're up, and while this line's going, all of a sudden here comes Snowflake. He comes up to me. He's like, "Okay, you know what to do, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3 months of winter coolness and awesome holidays." And of course, we just start seeing winter wrap up to the entire line, and people are recording that. I know the video exists on YouTube. I will find it. Unless it's uploaded to Facebook on someone's Facebook page that's put on private because they only allow their friends to see it. Oh, it was a good moment. Any moment with Snowflake or the guy cosplaying as Snowflake is just amazing. And even during the times where, like, and I know I'm jumping the gun on this, but even there are times where he came to the mic in order to ask a question, basically we're all like, yeah! Like, basically, he was freaking MVP of the convention, hands down. My gosh, he was awesome. Oh God, so mate, he was just so awesome, just amazingly awesome. That. So anyway, going back on track, I guess. we get our vouchers so we can go, and later on when we actually want to get our autographs, we can go and pay to get our said autographs in. And as we're going in, we're actually pretty early before even the fanfiction battle starts, and so we're basically just walking around. And at the time, when we went in, apparently a couple of guys, they had their laptops, and of course they had Fighting Magic, the build thing, and of course I actually did play it. right? And it was okay. I mean, for some reason I was much better playing as Rarity than I was Pinkie Pie. Ironically, that seems, but whatever's on that and it was just. And that was basically what was happening. Like even before the panel started, even when the panel did start, the thing was still going on. In fact, there was this one guy that actually wanted to build, and he brought his derpy USB, which it was just totally awesome. That. So anyway, my friend and I, we don't go to the panel swing until basically Revenge of the Voice Actors, which is basically day two of it. And if you've seen the live stream, well, besides the fact that Tara does take take Brenda Klistow's Sakura plushie and hides it behind her back, well, we're all just laughing. They're like, "Wait, what's going on? Can someone please explain what's going on?" Oh, my plushie! just so. But of course, if you saw the ended chorus, Tara mentions Gangnam Style. We do Gangnam Style and that would be, I don't know which number that is that happened. There were a lot of Gangnam Styles. I know there was like 8 in total. I was in like 6 of them. 6 of them at most. And the 2 that I missed out, apparently there was one that was going on outside that one that I wasn't involved in, and there was even like Gangnam Style like actual like line going on through like the vendors area there. So yeah. And basically after that we head straight over to the autograph area in order to get our autograph signed. Now, of course, he came in and during day one he was wearing he was wearing a Twilight Lister shirt, but it was more or less the screen cap of Twilight holding the troll mask, and he had that as a shirt. It was actually the custom shirt that he made a few months ago. And he was able to get that signed. For me, I barely had anything to sign that matter. So I went over to Brenda Crislow and wanted to get her autograph on there. And of course she recognized me from the ending impromptu Gangnam Style Z Fun. So you see here she signed it. It says, "You keep dancing, Joseph. Love, Brenda. Cake Sakura." Which when I looked at it, at first I thought it said LA 2012, but then after looking at it even further, I think it's supposed to say Sakura. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say Sakura, but then again, the handwriting can also be translated as LA 2012. Ironic as that seems to me, it's just awesome. And so after we get that, we head on back to the ending of the writers panel. Now, before I go to part 2 of all this, and this, unless I can fit this all in the video, I probably can. I'll see. I'll see. I'll see. And span go less than 50. Anyway, as we go in, the next one's supposed to sound magic. Now, remember I mentioned about the schedule that appears on the screen? Well, my friend was using that as the reference guide, instead of like using the actual booklet, like this booklet right here, the Question LA, and of course that's the schedule here. That was on here, and of course he's like sounds magic with Aussie Eurobe, Alex S, Frogside, and like the microphone. Yeah, sorry, Joseph, I'm not gonna be in this panel. And before I can tell him, wait a minute, no, they're not gonna be at the panel. No, it's gonna be this guy that's gonna be talking about like the sound in the show itself and how it can set the mood and all that. But of course it was too late. And then when he finally came in during the Benny Hill thing, he's like, "Are you serious? I missed this? Ah." But of course, even though you know it's better to see it live than to see it from live stream, and of course I could say, well, you can always see it on live stream, but you know, seeing it live is just so much better on that. So anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna go to another video, which will be the last part, and I'll also be talking about the pre-screening because I do want to talk about that. Probably won't talk about it that much, but anyway. Anyway, this is FPLOON. Hope to see you in the next part of my day 2 of my experience at EQLA. And of course, the other parts are in the comments below. You know the dealios. Boos.